Thank you so much, Shail, for spending the time with me today. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. To kick things off, first question for you. In retrospect, what moments or series of events made it evident to you that tech and specifically AI were meant for you, were your path?
Oh boy. Well, I love it. There's not much that I'm more passionate about than, my kids, obviously, and family, and ParagraphAI and what we're doing to bring AI to the masses. Next week, we're going to be releasing our Android version, and we'll be the very first to bring GPT-3 technology to Android as well, as we were the first to bring GPT-3 to iOS. And for us, that was a very exciting milestone to be able to bring a GPT-3 artificial intelligence assistant to the App Store, because it now puts this technology that's never been accessible before in people's hands.
So building off of that, how do you define artificial intelligence? What does it mean to you?
Artificial intelligence, to me, it's an interesting question. I was speaking with my co-founder, Kevin Franz, about sort of this exact question. Artificial intelligence, as we understand it today, and it's going to change over time, and it's going to improve over time. But today, it is incredibly capable at taking on a task that a human asks it to do. But you have to be clear about what you want it to do for it to get that response that you're looking for.
Right, and this you were able to marry the two, you and Kevin, and create what we're talking about today, ParagraphAI, which is a great segue into the next question. What, for those watching who may have saw my first video, may not, this might be their first introduction to ParagraphAI, what's your elevator pitch, quote unquote, explaining your service, your pioneering service, what it is and what it does?
So our tagline is write better, faster. So the general idea is with ParagraphAI, you ask it to write something for you, and it will draft it with perfect grammar and spelling instantly. And I'd love to do a demonstration for you whenever there's time later. But it also corrects anything that you've written. So if you've written an email and you'd like a second pair of eyes, it will correct any potential grammatical errors. And it also has an analyze function that is a second pair of eyes. I don't know if you sort of have the habit of rereading an email 30 times before actually clicking send. I know I've had. Yes. Oftentimes I'll bring somebody else in, my wife or a friend, to proofread what I've written to make sure that it sounds right. And since I've had ParagraphAI, I haven't needed to do that as frequently. It tells you the tone and the message that's likely to be received by somebody reading your email or writing.
Okay, perfect. Let's take it back to the beginning, and about, going on and on and on, if you will, but walk us through briefly the timeline from, hey, Kevin, I have this idea, or maybe vice versa, to, we're on the App Store, we're live. Walk me through that timeline. Walk us through that.
Oh, boy. So I first saw what GPT-3 could do, and to just clarify what I mean by that.
Yeah, break down, yeah.
Is the most advanced language model, so NLP, natural language processing model, by a company called OpenAI, and OpenAI is co-founded by Elon Musk and also a guy named Sam Altman, who is, I've watched most of his YouTube videos, and he's one of the coolest people ever. So OpenAI is the platform that we've leveraged to build on top of. So I first sort of experienced that at the beginning of this year, and I reached out to Kevin, having found him on, I think, GitHub or something like that.
Oh, okay, great.
So really, really quite random, and luckily he responded, and he said, I've sort of like to hear what you have in mind. And we started talking, and at first it started out slightly different than what we ultimately launched after we sort of continued to iterate and improve on the product. But we're really proud of what we've now brought public.
Yeah, absolutely, as you should be. Yeah, and that's great. That's a great story too. Though, just coincidence and timing and everything, and how it all lines up, and cool that you're building off of pre-existing technology.
Yes, and that's sort of our secret sauce is you've got the pre-existing technology, which is the model, which is critical, and we wanted to build off of the most robust model available. But Kevin actually worked at OpenAI.
Great.
Yeah, he's a graduate student at MIT in artificial intelligence, and he has his undergrad in computer science at MIT as well. He's probably the smartest person I've ever met. So I'm lucky to be able to call him my partner.
Yeah.
And our sort of secret sauce is the ability to integrate with the models in the ways that we have and bring it to people. And what I hope and what is continuing to be an improved sort of elegant solution to interact with AI, because the key is getting people to interact with artificial intelligence in a collaborative way.
So from our last conversation, we spoke briefly with Jacqueline. Shouts to Jacqueline for watching this. Hey, I remember you saying that you are probably one of, if not the top, ParagraphAI user yourself. So tell me how you use ParagraphAI in your daily life as a user from the co-founder perspective.
For sure. I mean, I've definitely, drank the Kool-Aid of my own product.
Yeah.
I use it almost every day. So why don't I share my screen and
Perfect.
I can show you
what you do. Okay, great. Let's see it. I'll hand the screen over to you.
This is ParagraphAI. So typically I like to have either a word processor open or an email platform or whatever you're writing on, really. And yeah, why don't we start with what do you want to write? I think that we can. Why don't we create? Why don't we write something about how influencers can use ParagraphAI?
Perfect. Let's do that. Yeah, a fellow YouTuber, influencer. Yeah, maybe it's in like a brand email or something.
Yeah. So, well, you know what? Why don't we actually ask ParagraphAI how can influencers use ParagraphAI?
Let's do it.
So let's come up with a list. So here are some ways that an influencer can use ParagraphAI.
And in seconds, people.
High quality content. They can improve the readability and SEO of content. They can identify and correct grammar mistakes, and they can improve the tone and style of their writing. So all of those things are true, and I can show you how each of those different things might work. So how can an influencer create high quality content using ParagraphAI? Why don't we hop over into article and ask, how can influencers create high quality content quickly and easily using ParagraphAI? So now we'll write an essay on how influencers can use ParagraphAI to write high quality. This would be like a blog or an essay or what have you. So there is the framework of the beginning of an essay or the beginning of a blog post.
Nice.
If you want more specific details, so we can take the time to read this, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah, maybe just read like the first line or first two lines.
Okay, so here would be a blog post on how influencers create content. In a world where content is king, it's essential for influencers to be able to create high quality content quickly and easily. ParagraphAI, powered by GPT-3, can help make this process a breeze. With ParagraphAI, influencers can create high quality content in minutes without having to worry about formatting or grammar. ParagraphAI automatically formats your content for you so you can focus on creating great content. Plus, GPT-3's artificial intelligence capabilities ensures that your content will be of the highest quality, Paragraph AI, you can be confident that your content will be well written and error-free. So if you're looking for a way to create high-quality content quickly and easily, Paragraph AI is the perfect solution.
There you go, just like that.
That is original writing. So what's kind of cool about natural language processing is the same way that obviously a human could have trouble with plagiarism just by happenstance, the same thing is true here. This is original content. And we are confident that it's 99% plus percent plagiarism free. So we'd prefer if you wanted to source Paragraph AI, and we definitely recommend that you fact check and find sources when required, but it is original content.
Yeah, so if you're a student watching this, what would you say to students watching this who have that fear, and rightfully so, of that plagiarism gray area?
I would say make it your own. I mean, this is a fantastic tool to give you a framework of what you might want to be creating. It can create a lot of the content, but I highly recommend you go through it, you really understand what it outputs, you make sure that you agree with it, and you know that it's all factual, and really make it your own, because it will make writing so much faster. It'll save you so much time that you might as well take the extra few minutes to proofread everything and make it your own.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, an assistant that helps you rather than does it all for you.
That's the way that I use it.
In instances where it's either very niche or specific and it can't deliver, what happens? Or I guess we just saw that.
So if it doesn't give you a response that you want, ask it again. Just click write a second time or a third time even.
Okay.
And still after that, if it's still not giving you exactly what you want, just change the way that you're asking the question. So it's almost like it has to understand you, and you have to understand how to talk to it.
Okay.
So you take a minute to sort of go back and say, oh, maybe it didn't understand NLP. So text-based AI tool, Paragraph AI. Now, it did give us the response after clicking it twice, but if I ask it again, it's going to give us a different response, and it's now going to understand the 10 points.
Okay, I understand. Okay, great, good to know.
So there's hashtags. One thing that I wanted to share with you, because I know you speak a few languages, right?
Yes, that's a question coming up as well. Great, you're covering all of the bases.
So yes. I don't speak another language, but maybe if you could tell me something to type in French, and I can, so if you tell me something to write in French, I can put it in, and it will answer you in English, unless you ask it to answer in French, in which case it will answer you in French.
Let's see, we can say, well, does it matter that it doesn't have accents?
Yeah, it doesn't need it.
Okay, so you can just say, so the letter O-U, space, E-S-T, L-A, space, B-O-I-T-E, space, D-E, D as in Daniel, space, N-U-I-T. Where is the nightclub?
So.
Okay, perfect.
Where is the nightclub?
Okay. Oh yeah, exact. Okay, great.
If you were to take that into here, it would answer where is the nightclub.
Okay. Okay, because that was going to be a question of mine of like, it is in English now. Is that supposed to change, or it just can translate?
In French. In the French city. Interesting. So
okay.
There, it's a fascinating way to use the tool. So
interesting.
So we're working on a second language.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah, if that's to come. I'm sure. We gotta master one thing before including other languages before, of course. So I understand. Okay, great. That was awesome.
I don't understand what it just came up with, but do you?
So it's saying there's a lot of nightclubs in Paris, but which one's the best? This is a question that's on everyone's mind in the world. Oh, nice. Okay, great.
Yeah, so
there you go. Et voila.
For you in French if you ask.
Okay, awesome. Okay, perfect. Because, yeah, a lot of my
audience
is multilingual. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for the demonstration. That's great. All right, so yeah, so now transitioning after that great demonstration, none of this would be possible without my beautiful, I call them hello beautiful people, my audience. And I wanted to incorporate them in some form or fashion with this interview. And so earlier this week, I put on my Instagram story like a question box of things to ask you, topics that came to mind, and I got some good ones. I'm happy to share and pass it on. So here is the first of those. So I kind of refined them as well and kind of made them bits and pieces, but here we go. So from my research and other common knowledge, I'll be surface level and definitely comparison to you. It seems as though there's a parallel between AI and its introduction similar to PCs in the 80s and 90s, right? Where it's like introduced into things, a bit mass hysteria. What is this? Is it going to take over the world, etc.? With that being said, and for those watching, what can we do now to educate ourselves and become aware of it so that we work with it instead of being afraid of it?
I think that's an awesome question. And that's really what we're working to solve as well. I do think artificial intelligence is going to change the world, and it already has in so many areas. So we're already seeing how it's changing the world, and sometimes for good, and sometimes, depending on how you see things, not always for good. As far as AI in general, I do think people should research it and understand how it's being used in good ways and bad ways. So, for example, in marketing to people, artificial intelligence is being used in ways that is incredibly smart. And, for example, I don't know if you are on, I actually have seen you on TikTok, and I really like TikTok. But I think that there's an argument that it's very addictive and maybe not in a good way, because it's figured out how to feed you through artificial intelligence that next sort of dopamine hit, maybe too quickly. So I think it can be used in sometimes unhealthy ways. What we're working to do is build a tool that people can collaborate with AI and make them more productive, have more time for the things that they might care about, and a huge part of what we're working to do is build a tool that is going to be used in an ethical and productive way. It's all over our website. So as far as using ParagraphAI, like anything, it can be used to write entire essays in a snap, and that's not what we built it for, and that's not what we want it to be used for, but we want it to be used similar to, like I described, to help collaborate with AI and, use it as a brainstorming tool, use it as a tool that's going to make you more effective at writing anything. So it's just about how you choose to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. And that's a perfect segue in building off of my next question. A lot of people were asking about the ethics of it and how your team is going about that. And through my research, also I found your mission statement, which reads as follows: our mission is to ethically and productively make AI accessible to everyone. So you mentioned it already, but just to reiterate, I'm sure and know that ethics is paramount to your team. So how are you just going about sustaining that mission statement?
It is. So I guess first off, we've chosen OpenAI as our backbone, in part because they have certain AI controls that make it so it would be more challenging to get ParagraphAI to say something that you don't want it to say.
Okay.
So,
can you give me an example?
Well, I mean, there's the possibility of using AI to generate, propaganda or
okay,
that kind of thing. So
understood.
OpenAI has integrated certain things that would limit and prohibit that, and we're happy that that's one of the functions that's included. And a few other things that we're doing, obviously, is telling our users that certain behaviors, certain uses of our technology would be prohibited. And luckily, we haven't had to, take any effect there, but yet. But we're only in our first month, so it's going to be an interesting challenge to work through.
Absolutely, yeah. But that's good that, the backbone, the parameters are already set, and you're prepared for if malpractice is introduced to the site. So that's good to hear.
Absolutely.
Great. Next question I had, and I'm kind of curious as well. Where is this technology being made? I know you're based in Toronto, but this is obviously, AI, internet, so all around the world, I guess. So just, maybe why Toronto? Where's this being made? That was a question I had as well from my audience.
Oh, man. I guess I can sort of shout out to some of the team around the world. So
feel free,
Kevin is in Boston, and we've got Eric in California. We've got Lauren in New York. We've got Josh in Colorado. Jabali is in British Columbia. Ben's in California. We've got Matt here in Toronto, and myself here in Toronto. So, we're all over.
What's required of someone to break into this industry that seems to be changing literally day by day, week to week?
I would say learning about it. There's so much information available, so just start by Googling GPT-3 and understanding the backbone of what a lot of us are building based on. And then I would probably recommend, and I'm definitely biased in this, reach out to us. If there's a different, there's DALL-E, there's some really other cool AI things going on. So if natural language processing isn't something, or text processing isn't something that you're as excited about as, photo AI generation, then DALL-E is a cool one to look into. But if you're interested in text generation, get in touch with us. We are hiring. We're looking for ambassadors. We're looking for partners. So, work with us.
Okay, perfect. And that was the next question. Are you guys hiring? So that's great to hear. So fellow ambassadors like me, tech support, coding, or what areas?
Everything.
Oh, perfect.
The way I've been describing it is it's a leaky ship right now. So grab a bucket and
get some mopping.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then just email you. Is there a particular link to go to?
You can email hiring at ParagraphAI.com.
Perfect. All right. And all that information will be in the description box below, guys, too. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Awesome. And then last question to kind of wrap this all up again. Thank you so much for your time today. What's next for ParagraphAI? Where do you hope to see this service in October? This will be uploaded in October. So October of 2026. Where would you hope to see AI, ParagraphAI?
October 2026. Oh my goodness. So there's quite a few other things that we've got on our roadmap already.
Great.
We're developing around the clock. We've got a fantastic team building. And like we just discussed, we're looking to hire more people to keep building.
Keep
more.
that progress going.
So we're sprinting right now. I mean, pie in the sky, 2 years, 3 years from now, I do envision, people having ParagraphAI everywhere that they would want to type, and actually potentially even learning in schools how to, the same way that you learn how to use Excel, learning in schools how to interact and collaborate with artificial intelligence. I think it would be really neat if our school systems embraced artificial intelligence the way that they inevitably will, the same way that I'm sure the school systems initially resisted computers. I remember when I was in high school and I wasn't allowed a computer in class, and now from what I understand, most students do have computers in class. I hope the progression with artificial intelligence is, more quickly adopted than that. So I see, students being taught how to use artificial intelligence in productive and collaborative ways. And I really hope, the education system doesn't resist artificial intelligence, because it's inevitable. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Savannah. This has been so nice chat.
Likewise. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time and just sharing with me and my audience the great things you're doing, your pioneering service. And again, everyone, for further information, start using it today. Click down below for the description box. And yeah, check it out. Thank you so much again. Take care.
Thank you, Savannah. See you later.
Bye-bye.